When you're the most happening person at the party, it's time to leave. That as long as we are being remembered, we remain alive. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. Healthy citizens are the greatest asset any country can have. Every second alive is the greatest gift we will ever know. He who pursues fame at the risk of losing his self is not a scholar. Vulnerability is the least celebrated emotion in our society. If you dare nothing, then when the day is over, nothing is all you will have gained. To know that we know what we know, and that we do not know what we do not know, that is true knowledge. Education is not the learning of facts, it's rather the training of the mind to think. We never live. We are always in the expectation of living. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. The inner fire is the most important thing mankind possesses. Life is more or less a lie, but then again, that's exactly the way we want it to be. The way is to man as rivers and lakes are to fish, the natural condition of life. Life, unfortunately, doesn't seem to care what we want. After all, if you run far enough, no one can catch you. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Victory comes from finding opportunities in problems. Man is an animal who has to live in a lie in order to live at all. Without subtle ingenuity of mind, one cannot make certain of the truth of their reports. Without education, you're not going anywhere in this world. Tongues in trees, books in running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. Flow with whatever may happen, and let your mind be free. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Grace isn't a little prayer you chant before receiving a meal. It's a way to live. If the world is against the truth, then I am against the world. If you want to see a rainbow, you have to learn to see the rain. The consequences of every act are included in the act itself. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. Your highest thoughts sometimes arise in your lowest moments. I am not good at noticing when I'm happy, except in retrospect. In your own life, it's important to know how spectacular you are. Some use drugs to silence the pain, others use them to feel the pain they silenced. The truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. It was always the becoming he dreamed of, never the being. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. Do it now. Sometimes later becomes never. All I have is all I need, and all I need is all I have in this moment. Your words start to lose value when your actions don't match. Everyone who got to where they are had to begin where they were. I could die for you, but I couldn't and wouldn't live for you. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Treat your men as you would your own beloved sons, and they will follow you into the deepest valley. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action. Therefore, the good fighter will be terrible in his onset and prompt in his decision. To shine your brightest light is to be who you truly are. Stop leaving and you will arrive. Stop searching and you will see. Stop running away and you will be found. It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Those who are willing to be vulnerable move among mysteries. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. Most of what I say is complete truth. My edit button is broken. The key to life is accepting challenges. Once someone stops doing this, he's dead. Here, in this quiet place we own, worlds are born. Run the voodoo down. For every expert, there is an equal and opposite expert. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. Instinct is a makeshift, an admission of helplessness before the problem of reality. There are few reasons for telling the truth, but for lying, the number is infinite. Man doesn't know what he is capable of until he is asked. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. The greatest step towards a life of simplicity is to learn to let go. The essence of being human is that one does not seek perfection. Other people are only aspects of our own greater being. The truth doesn't cost anything, but a lie could cost you everything. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. Karma is given, not to those who ask, but to those who ask of nothing. Keep going. It's not as difficult as you feel it is. Don't give up. Whatever is going to happen will happen, whether we worry or not. The desire to reach for the stars is ambitious. The desire to reach hearts is wise. You know, the minute you stop thinking about it, it'll happen. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. We reveal most about ourselves when we speak about others. History, Stephen said, is a nightmare from which I am trying to awake. Things don't happen for no reason. They happen to teach you something. To touch the soul of another human being is to walk on holy ground. Be grateful for what you already have while you pursue what you want. True words are not fancy. Fancy words are not true. The good do not debate. Debaters are not good. You can't always be right, but you can be wrong a lot less. Growing up is losing some illusions in order to acquire others. The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is. I've never had anyone's approval, so I've learned to live without it. Everything changes in my life, and the world stays the same. Oh, darling, don't be bitter. It's the first instinct of the weak. And there are really never endings, happy or otherwise. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. Success is a flower that doesn't grow in everyone's garden. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. If you really want something, you can figure out how to make it happen. Communism is the final logic of the dehumanization of man. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. The trouble is, you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind. You will do foolish things, but do them with enthusiasm. Faithless is he that says farewell when the road darkens. A lack of clarity could put the brakes on any journey to success. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. I saw a star. I reached for it. I missed, so I accepted the sky.